we are discussing now the paper number 5, question number 46. The solid like conducting state of gases with the free electrons. So this kind of state is called as a plasma state, hence option C. Question number 47. The molecular weight of the air will be, which is having the different component, the percentage of different components are given. First of all, let us calculate the molecular weight of N2. The molecular weight of N2 is nothing but 28. So 100%, that is 100 is containing 78 of the N2. So 28 will contain. So that will be 28 multiplied by 78 upon 100. So that is equals to 21.84. Then in case of molecular weight of O2, similarly, molecular weight of the oxygen is 32. So 32 into 21 upon 100, 6.72. Then molecular weight of argon atomic weight is 18 into 0.9 upon 100. That equals to 0.162. And then molecular weight of CO2, that's 44 into percentage given 0.1 upon 100, so 0.044. So if you make a total of this, you will get the total of the molecular weight of the air. So this comes out to be around 28 point something. So option is C. The orbital angular momentum of the electron in the 2s orbital we are supposed to calculate. So orbital angular momentum is nothing but equals to square root of L into L plus 1 into h upon 2 pi. For s orbital, L is equals to 0. Therefore, the orbital angular momentum will be 0. Option B. If the kinetic energy of the electron is increased 4 times the wavelength, we have a formula: wavelength is equals to h upon square root of 2em. If the kinetic energy is increased 4 times, so if it is E is increased 4 times, the square root of 4 is 2. So this wavelength will be decreased by half times. Therefore, the option is option A. Question number 50. Which of the following statement is true? Stability of hydrides increases from NH3 to BiH3. So when I'm talking about the group 15, we have first hydride, that is NH3. Then we have PH3. Then we have arsenic. Then we have antimony. And then we have a bismuth. As we'll go down the group, the stability goes on decreasing, not increasing. Therefore, the option A is the wrong statement. Question number 51. The pair of molecule forms the strongest hydrogen bonding. Generally, hydrogen bondings are formed by the molecules containing the hydrogen attached to either fluorine or oxygen or nitrogen. In this case, the hydrogen is attached to the silicon, so it is not capable of forming the hydrogen bonding. Second case, this can form, this is again the hydrogen is not attached to any of these elements. Third case, hydrogen is attached to the oxygen over here, and this is also hydrogen attached to the oxygen. So both these compounds can form the hydrogen bonding. Hence, this can form the strongest hydrogen bonding pair. The d orbital that is involved in sp3 dehybridization. Generally, sp3 dehybridization involves the dz square. Option C. If the two molecules A and B have the masses 164 kg, the rate of diffusion of A is given, and we are supposed to calculate the rate of diffusion of B. Rate of diffusion is inversely proportional to the square root of the mass. Therefore, Ra upon Rb will be equals to square root of Mb upon Ma. Ra is given to us, that is 12 into 10 raised to minus 3. Rb we are supposed to calculate. This is Mb, which is given 64 upon 100. So this comes out to be 8 upon 10. So if we'll calculate this value, it comes out to be 15 into 10 raised to minus 3. Hence option A. Question number 54. When 500 joule of heat is given to the gas X in an isobaric process, the work done comes out to be 142.8 joule. What is the gas X? We have a formula of Q is equals to N of Cp into delta T, that is equals to N into Cp. Delta T can be written as work done upon Nr, that is equals to N get cancelled, Cp into W upon R. Therefore, Cp is equals to Q R upon W. So this Q is given is 500 joule upon 142.8 into R. Now this Cp will decide whether the molecule is monoatomic, diatomic or triatomic. If this Cp value is equals to 5 by 2 of R, the molecule is monoatomic. If it is equals to 7 by 2 R, the molecule is diatomic. And if it is 9 by 2 R, the molecule is triatomic. In this case, if you see this ratio, this comes out to be 7 by 2 of that of R. The molecule has to be diatomic. And out of all this, the diatomic molecule is oxygen. Therefore, option A. The vapor pressure is given to, the enthalpy of vaporization is given to us. Delta S is given to us. We are supposed to find the temperature of the vapor. So in this case, we have the equation, that is 1 atmosphere is given to us. Therefore, that equilibrium condition, we can consider the formula delta G is equals to delta H T minus delta S. Delta G is 0 when it is equilibrium condition. Therefore, temperature is equals to delta H upon delta S. Now delta H is given is 30 kilojoule, that I am converting into joule, 30 into 10 is to 3, and S is given 75, that comes out to be 400 Kelvin. Therefore option A. 56, the equation is given HI is converted into H2 and I2. Equilibrium constant is given 6.4 at 300 Kelvin. It 0.25 mole of each H2 and I2 is added in the system. What will happen to equilibrium constant? Equilibrium constant always remains constant. Therefore, nothing will happen to equilibrium constant. The value will remain same. Therefore, option A. The oxidation state of 2 sulfur in H2S2O8. In this case, H2S2O8 has the structure like this. Therefore, besides the sulfur, there are 6 bonds. Every bond contributes to the magnitude 1. So, if we will calculate this total, this comes out to be plus 6. Therefore, answer is plus 6. Oxidation number of chlorine in ClO3 minus. If we assume this as X, oxygen is minus 2 into 3 minus 6, that's equals to minus 1. Therefore, X is equals to plus 5. Option A. Question number 59. In which of the following reaction H2O2 is acting as the reducing agent? H2O2 when acts as a reducing agent itself undergoes the oxidation, and H2O2 when it is oxidized, the state of that is oxidation state should change from minus 1 to 0, that happens to O2. So if you look at this all over here, this is minus 1 which is changing to minus 2. This is minus 1 again changing to minus 2. Minus 1 changing to minus 2, and the last reaction where the minus 1 changing to oxidation state 0. Hence option D. Question number 60. Which one of the following statement is true for all the alkali metals? The nitrates decomposes on heating to give NO2 and O2. All alkali metals will not give this reaction except the lithium. Their carbonates decomposes on heating to give carbon dioxide and metal oxide. This again happens with only the lithium, not with other metal alkali. They react with oxygen to mainly gives M2O type. They can also form the peroxide type of oxide. So it is again not true for all alkali metals. Option D, they can react with halogen to give halide MX type. Absolutely right. All alkali metal have the valency 1. Therefore, they can form the metal halide, monohalide salt. Question number 61. Which of the following is called as inorganic benzene? The option is borazine. The borazine has structure that is B3N3H6. It is like this. Therefore, in this particular structure, this particular molecule that looks like a benzene, therefore it's called as inorganic benzene, option A. Quartz is nothing but silica in the polymeric chain form. It's a three-dimensional silicate structure. Therefore, the option is option D. Question number 63. Which amongst the following statement is correct with respect to the optical isomers? Enantiomers are superimposable mirror images, non-superimposable mirror images. This is absolutely right. The two enantiomers are non-superimposable mirror images. They will not fit on their mirror image itself. Therefore, option A. Question number 64. When propyne reacts with H2O in presence of dilute H2SO4 and HgSO4. So propyne is CH3, C triple bond CH. When the hydrolysis take place in presence of this reagent, we'll get CH3COH double bond CH2, which is undergoing the tautomerism to give CH3 double bond O CH3, that is acetone. Hence option A. Question number 65. The reaction of toluene with the chlorine. When I'm talking about the toluene, this is chlorination. Methyl is the ortho and para directing group. Therefore, chlorination will occur at the ortho and para position. Hence, we'll get the product ortho and para chlorotoluene. Temperature of troposphere decreases with the altitude. This is because high pressure of the air, gases present in the air. Option C, lower density of the air, and all of this. This happens because of the lower density of the air. Question number 67. Graphite is simply the carbon which are bonded to each other. So that's a covalent bonding fashion. Therefore, option B. Which of the following statement is true? Some metal oxides behaves like superconductors. This is incorrect statement. Zinc oxide is a superconductor. No, it is not having any kind of superconductor property. Impurity of tetravalent germanium in the trivalent gallium creates the electron deficiency. This is also false. Frankel defect formed in the ion is displaced from the lattice site to the interstitial site. This is absolutely right. It is called as displacement defect, where the ion is displaced from its original site and goes into the vacant space. Colligative property is used to determine molecular mass, equivalent weight, arrangement of molecules, and melting and boiling point. Generally, the colligative property is depending on the number of solid particles, so that will be related to the concentration. So it will give us idea about the molar mass. The relationship between the values of osmotic pressure of 0.1 molar KNO3 and acetic acid are. When I'm talking about KNO3, when it will break, it will give the 2 ions. So Van 't Hoff factor for the KNO3 is 2. While this acetic acid is a weak acid, it will not dissociate. So Van 't Hoff factor of this will be less compared to the Van 't Hoff factor of the KNO3. Therefore, the osmotic pressure of KNO3 will be more than the acetic acid. So P1 will be greater than P2. Hence, option is B. Question number 71. Which of the following reaction cannot be base for the electrochemical cell? The first is the fuel cell reaction. Second one is the metal in its electrolyte solution. Third one is the sparingly soluble salt and the aqueous solution of NaCl. The fourth reaction, if you'll see over here, this is oxidation reduction type, but this is not having any kind of electrolyte over here. Hence, it cannot be a base for the electrochemical reaction. Question number 72. A drop of a solution that contains 6 into 10 raised to minus 7 mole of H plus ion. The rate of disappearance of the H plus ion is given. How long will it take H plus to disappear from the drop? So we need to calculate the time for the disappearance. First of all, we'll calculate the concentration of H plus. Number of moles of H plus are given, that is 6 into 10 raised to minus 7 mole, divided by volume, that is given in liter ml, that I'll convert it into ml, liter. So 5 into 10 raised to minus 5 liter. That comes out to be 1.2 into 10 raised to minus 2. So concentration of H plus is this. So rate is generally calculated as dx upon dt. We need to calculate the time. So dt is equals to dx upon rate. Now dx concentration is 1.2 into 10 raised to minus 2 and the rate is given 6 into 10 raised to 5. So this comes out to be 2 into 10 raised to minus 8. Hence our option is option B. For the reaction A plus 2B giving C, the rate is equals to K into concentration of A into B. The overall order of reaction. This reaction is first order with respect to A and first order with respect to B. So overall order is 2. Question number 74. The milk is fat which is dispersed in water. Therefore option A. Magnetic separation is used for increasing the concentration of, the magnetic separation is used for the ores which are magnetic in nature. Calcite, hornsilver, magnesite and hematite, out of which the option D, hematite, is magnetic in nature. So therefore the method can be used for this ore. Following method is not used for extraction of aluminium. The option is A, Van Arkel process, because the aluminium cannot form the volatile oxide. This Van Arkel process is generally used for the titanium for the purification. Sulfuric acid has a great affinity for the water because option A, acid decomposes water, it hydrolyzes the acid, it decomposes the acid, acid forms the hydrates with water. It forms the hydrates with water, therefore option D. Question number 78. Consider the following statements. Lanthanum hydroxide is the least basic hydroxide in the lanthanoids. Yes, the least basic, the basicity over here is the least for the lanthanoids. Then Zn for zirconium and hafnium 4 plus have the same ionic radii. This statement is also correct because they are called as chemical twins. Cerium for plus 4 is the oxidizing agent. This is not correct because it's a reducing agent. So which of the statements which are true? 1 and 2. Hence option D. Question number 79. Which of the following pair will have the effective magnetic moment equal? For the equal magnetic moment, they should have the equal number of unpaired electrons. So in case of titanium electronic configuration is written as argon 3d2 4s2. So when it is having plus 2 charge, it will have 3d2 configuration. So it is containing 2 unpaired electron, while vanadium have the configuration argon 3d3 4s2. It will be having 3d3, so 3 electrons will be there. In case of chromium configuration is written as argon 3d5 4s1. So when the electrons 2 are removed, it will be having 3d4, 4 unpaired electrons over here. Fe argon 3d6 4s2. When 2 electrons are removed, it is 3d6, but because of 1 electron will get paired up, it will be having 4 unpaired electrons over here. So both of them have the same number of unpaired electrons, so they can have the same effective magnetic moment. Question number 80. The ionization isomer of chromium H2O 4 times chlorine NO2, and outside the bracket there is chlorine. So now for this, the ionization isomer will be the one which is having NO2 outside and chlorine inside. So the option B. Grignard reagent is not prepared in aqueous medium but prepared in ether medium because it is less reactive in ether and it's more reactive with water. Therefore option D. The main product of the following reaction is, they have given us the starting material C6H5 CH2CH OH CH CH3CH3. Now when we will allow this to react with concentrated H2SO4, the dehydration will take place. Double bond will be either created over here, C6H5 CH2 over here, this will become CH, double bond CH, CH, CH3, CH3, or the double bond will be created on this side. So C6H5, CH2, CH, double bond CH, CH3, CH3. So H won't be here. So double bond will be either created at this side or it will be created at this side. So out of the two, this is more stable because this is having the benzene ring in conjugation, which can give the resonance. Though this is having more substituent, but this will give the resonance. So like this, we have option A and option C. But in case of option A, the two bulkier groups are trans to each other. So this will be more stable product compared to the C. Question number 83. Ethyl chloride reacts with sodium ethoxide. So when ethyl chloride, that is C2H5Cl, when reacts with sodium ethoxide, that is NaOC2H5, this gives us formation of the diethyl ether. That is our compound A. Which of the following reaction gives the A? So we need to find which of the another method gives us the formation of the diethyl ether. Option A, when C2H5Cl reacted with the KOH, this gives the formation of alkene C2H4. Option B, this is a continuous etherification process which will give us the formation of the ether. Therefore, option B. Question number 84 is, this particular two static material, when it is allowed to react in presence of OH minus, this alpha carbon will attack the carbonyl group and I'll get the aldol product, that is our aldol product number 1. This is on further heating, will lose the water molecule where the OH will be lost from here and H will be lost from here. And finally on reaction with NaBH4, it gives us the reduction of aldehyde to primary alcohol group. Hence our option is option B. Question number 85. The nitration of aniline gives us the meta-nitroaniline product. This happens in the acidic medium because of the aniline forms the anilinium ion, which is the meta-directing group. Hence option C. Question number 86. Metafluoronitrobenzene can be obtained by the reaction. First reaction given is nitrobenzene. Now this nitrobenzene, when it is further reacted with HNO3 and H2SO4, nitration will take place. Since it is meta-directing, the nitration will take at the meta position, followed by the NH3, HNO3 and HBF4. This condition will be carried out. NH3 H2O will carry out the reduction of one of the group to NH2, and followed by this HNO2 condition with HBF4, diazotization of the group will take place and it will be converted into fluorine. So this particular reaction will give us the product A. Now aniline on fluorination will not give us the product. This is the reason behind this. Aniline is the ortho and para-directing, so will not get a meta product. Fluorine on nitration will give again ortho and meta product because fluorine is ortho and para-directing group. Well, the meta-aniline on this diazotization will not give you the particular product because aniline again to convert it to nitro group will be difficult. Hence option A. Question number 87. The two forms of D-glucopyranose obtained from the solution of D-glucose are, they are called as anomers because they are having the different configuration at a carbonyl carbon atom. The polymer which has the conducting bars is polyethylene, polybutadiene, polystyrene and polyacetylene. The option is option D. Dacron is a polymer of glycol with a terephthalic acid. Therefore option D. Question number 90 is, the aspirin is acetyl salicylic acid, methoxy benzoic acid, acetyl oxalic acid and methyl benzoic acid. The aspirin is shown by OCOCH3 COOH. So this is acetyl salicylic acid. Therefore option A.